Hey guys, welcome back to Codenbox Automation Lab. So from this lecture, we're going to start hybrid-driven frameworks like real-life project. And you know that's by the definition of hybrid frameworks, it's like a combination of your inbuilt frameworks like a TestNG or any other custom frameworks we can use. Like we'll use page object model design. You will see there's a different, the plugin we can use. You will see Log4j, Poyo, all those things we're going to use later on. Okay, and here is the project, and the project will be based on the Maven. So in our last lecture, we have covered very high level about the Maven. So Maven is the the open source, as you know, this is a build project management tool, and it comes with this different standard skeleton or template, so that we can manage and maintain easily your project. And this is the project structure that we're going to follow. You will see there will be project hybrid project, and it will be the main two folder, source main Java and source test Java. Okay, so source main Java, as you know, will have our source code like a page object model design classes, and test will have our neat and clean test cases, and there will be the source test resources. This folder we're going to create, it will not come as a default template, but we can create this one, the sources folder, so that inside this folder we can have our like property files, our log XML files, and other stuffs. And there will be some other external folder we'll create, like logs folder, report folder. So log folder will have the log files, and report folder will have our a report, like the external report we're going to create apart from the TestNG report. And there is a screenshot folder, so that we can take this screenshot when there will be test case will fail, and there will be test data. So where we're going to put our test data stuffs, like whatever the test we need when we are going to learn, or we are going to do a data driven testing. You will see that's like we'll put the Excel file and so on up there. And there will be the POM XML file, which is the part of your Maven project, and there will be TestNG also XML file, which comes from the TestNG. Okay, so let's see that. So what would be our the application? So we're going to use the same application. It's called tutorialninja.com/demo. So this is the application. And here for this project, we're going to use very simple, the two pages. One page would be my account. So from over here, if you click on there, and you will see there is a two drop down option comes up. One is a registration, another one is called login. So we'll click on the registration. It will take us to a registration page, and here you can see there is a registration form. So we'll fill up this registration form, and then we'll click on continue. And after we click on continue, so definitely we have to click on the privacy policy. We have to accept this agreement, then click on continue. After we click on continue, it will show you or show us, give us one confirmation, the text like your account has been created. Okay, so this will give us a confirmation, something like that. Let me put it here, something like that. Your account has been created. So we'll do the validation with this confirmation message, like if we are able to see this message at the end, then we can say the test is passed. If it's not, we'll say the test is failed. So it's a very simple the test scenarios. It's based on only two pages. One is home page. So because when you land on this home page, you will have a my account this at the header, at the top of your header, my account, and from there we have to click on registration. Then it will take us to the sign up page or registration page. Okay, so if you remember, here is a our hybrid framework. So since we're going to use TestNG as well as the project, we're going to use page object model design. And as per the page object model design, we know that we'll have a different pages. So we'll have, say, example for the web pages. So we'll have a my account page or log the home page, as well as we'll have a registration page. So here is an example like login search, but in this case we're going to have two pages. For every page we'll have a page object class. So in the page object classes we'll have your element and the action. Element, it means the object that we have belongs to that specific page. So home page will have an object, that my account link up there, and then click on the drop down registration. That's two element, and for each and every element we'll have an action method, and we'll have a separate test cases in our the test script classes, in our the Java, that's over here. Here we have, here is a source test Java, we'll have a test cases over here, and source main Java will have the page object classes. Okay, let's start. But this is a high level, the structure that we're going to follow. Okay, let's go to our Eclipse. So here is our Eclipse. This is a brand new Eclipse I opened, that's why it shows the package explorer like that. So either you can start from brand new, or you can right click and then you can start a new project. Okay, you can start a new Maven project. So anyways, it's up to you. So here is an option over here. I have create a Maven project. So I'm going to create a Maven project, and then I will keep it like a default locations. That's fine. Next. And then you can see here it shows a Maven template or architect type. Okay, Maven template or architect type. So you can in the type the template you are looking for from here. So which is the default template that comes with it. There's a lot of template you can see over here. Those are the the group ID, the artifact ID. You already know the group ID is a company name, and is the artifact is the project name. So whether you are a developer or automation developer, we can use any one of them as skeleton or template blueprint for our project. So you can type over here architect type dash quick star, then you will find over here Maven dash architect type quick star. Okay, you can see Maven architect type quick star 1.4. This would be the the template that we need. Usually it's very famous, we use for the automation frameworks, okay, based on Maven. Then click on next. Make sure, okay, Maven architect quick start, this one, next. And then here is a few field you have to fill up before you start your project. So group ID. So group ID usually it goes, as I said, as your company name. So usually the format is the type is say example Codenbox. Okay, so codenbox.com. So they usually, this is the format they put the group ID. For our case, like let's keep it as simple. I will make it just Codenbox. Okay, and then artifact ID would be your project name. So what would be your project name? Let's give a project name. It's hybrid demo. Okay, demo. So I'm giving a project name. It's called hybrid demo. Okay, and then this is a package name. So package name usually comes to your project name and your artifact ID. Okay, so that's a package name usually comes. It's the default package. So in this case, I'll just remove. I will make it a packages Codenbox. Okay, you can edit or change later on. That's fine. Okay, finish it. Okay, you will see at the bottom over here the project is building. See, you can see this is 33% is going on. So it will build and come with a default project structure. And here you will see there is an option. It comes with, you can see it's asking the package Codenbox. I mean, everything is wants to confirm that this is your project information. So you just put a Y, yes, then hit enter. So then it will finish. The build success. Okay, and now we can see there is a project. It's a fresh project being created. It's called Selenium-Hybrid demo. This is our project, and if you open this one, you will see this default structure. Okay, the source main Java, that's our source coded related the folder. The source test Java, where we'll create all of our test cases. Here is a Maven dependency. Right now it comes with a Maven jar file, and there is a source, the actual folders, and divided by main and test folder. There is a pom.xml file, which is it's a Maven repository. Okay, so let's open our pom.xml file. Okay, click on here. You can see it comes with a lots of the code, the default code. So here is our pom.xml file, where you can see this is your project information with the version number, and then here is the properties, and you can see the properties is source and target coming with 1.7 version. So 7, that's the Java version, so it have to be changed. Later on we'll change, and you will see there is a dependency comes with that, and there is a build. So build section, it comes with it's a default lot of plugins. So since you are going to use like TestNG plugins, you will see that we're going to use a lot of other plugins moving forward. So all of your plugin info will go underneath the build section. Okay, we'll update later on, but here is a dependency is one of the most important that we are going to use from the beginning, whenever we need to update or integrate any jar for our project. Okay, and one thing you can see, GRE system library it shows the 1.7, which is the over here it shows this is the older version of Java. So if you just right click there, properties, let's you can say execute environments, the Java version. So we can change this one to, let's say, GRE 17. So we have Java 17 in our machine. So better, we can change it to this one. Apply and close. So we move to the 17. Okay, we'll change this line later on, we'll see. Okay, so for the dependency, let's see this, what's the dependency we need to use for our project. Here is a list of the dependency that we need for our project. So first is a Java, Selenium Java, definitely, since the project will be based on Selenium Java. TestNG, definitely. There will be common IO, that's a part of the TestNG. It will require when you are going to take the screenshot. And there will be the POE we're going to use later on. That's related with the data driven, like when you're going to read data from Excel file. And there will be log4j. You will see the log4j we need to create a log logging file. Okay, so for now, just I think Selenium Java, TestNG, common IO, these three we're going to add for now. And later on, whenever we need any jar file, we'll add one by one as per our require. So as you know, where to go our dependency to get the dependency. Let's see, to get the dependency over here. So we'll go ambient, as you know, ambient repository, which is the central repository for all Java project, right? So here you can see TestNG. Yeah, you can add the TestNG, or let's use the first from Selenium Java. So just type Selenium Java, and you will find Selenium Java here. And then let's go, the latest version. You can have Selenium 4.23.1. So let's go click on there and get these 3 lines of code. And let's go your pom.xml file. Okay, so underneath the dependency, in fact, we don't need the dependency for JUnit because we're not going to use JUnit, and instead we're going to use TestNG, right? So you can delete if you want, and then remove this part, and then add dependency over here. Okay, so this is the first dependency for Selenium Java. Okay, let's go here and then type over here TestNG, hit enter, TestNG, and then let's go here. There is a TestNG, 7.10.2. That's fine. You can use this one or any version. So make sure that if you use any version TestNG 7, it have to be your Java, I believe, have to be above the 11 or above. If you have below 11 Java version on your machine, then you have to use TestNG 6 or below. Okay, so that's one of the things please keep in mind. So let's go ahead, and that I'm going to use the TestNG 7.10. Okay, that's fine. Or you can use the latest version. There's no problem as long as you have a Java compatible Java version. So TestNG dependency here is a dependency. That part of the dependencies comes with the Selenium Java. So make sure it has the dependency that's for the Selenium Java, and all this is the plural dependency. So all of your dependencies should be underneath this, all of the dependencies tag, right? So put it here. Okay, now this is for TestNG. Okay, let's go commons IO. Commons IO, commons Apache commons IO. Let's see, commons IO 2.6.16.1. It's fine. Commons IO, copy this one. Let's go here and put all the dependency here to this one too. Okay, make sure you save it. When you save it, you will see there is a build is going on. It means all the jar file related to the dependency will be downloaded from this central repository, ambient repository, from there to your machine, and then we'll upload over here. We'll inject over here. If you just you can see there is a new folder being created. It's called Maven dependency. If you open this one, you will see there's a tons of jar file. Okay, you can see there's a lot of jar files. So all of the jar files you can see related with that's this 3 jar that we added really with the Selenium Java and the TestNG commons IO. All of them you can see, you will find over here, and it will all this jar also will save in your machine. You can see there is a .m2 file I explained in the last class. In your local machine, which is the your local repository, will load it up there in .m2 file, and from there it will be injected over here. Okay, let's see. Or there is a error. It shows maybe there is a default class, Java class comes with. That's why it's error. So we don't need this one, the default file. Let's delete this one. Okay, and then the error is gone. Okay, save it, and now let's see that's I want to let's create the project as per we need. This is the default template, but as I said, our project structure we want to develop, so there will be a little bit customization we need our project. So there is a source main Java, source test Java comes. So I will add later on resources, but here what else we need? Logs files, we need reports, screenshot. Okay, so log files, reports, screenshot, test data. Let's create those folder in our project level so that we have the similar structure like this image. Okay, let's go there. So here in your project level, so those things, all those folders should be in your project level. So in your project level, you are going to right click in your project, new, and you'll find there is an option is called folder. Okay, and this is your project. In this project level, you want to add a folder. So first I will say, let's add it called logs folder. Finish. You'll see logs folder is there. Then again, right click, new folder. Then I will say, let's add reports, because it's better to create, develop or set up your project as we're looking for the structure. Then we're going to work moving further. We're going to use this folder whenever we need. Okay, and then we'll have another one, report screenshot. So let's create the folder. It's called screenshot. Screenshot, and then let's create another folder. It's called test data, okay, test data, finish. And then you can create another folder. Let's create another folder which is called resources. So resources should be, so we have a source main test. So resources should be inside a source test. So inside a source, right now test is empty, so we can create another folder here. So source test resources. So inside a test, let's create a folder. I'll give a name resources. Okay, resources. Okay, resources. So resources for the, you can see it's created, source test resources. Okay, so pretty much this is the default structure, you know, a standard structure we can use now, work on our project. Okay, let's go now. See now, if you see the structure, you know, our, so in source main Java, we'll create all of our page object classes, and the source test Java, we're going to create our test cases. If you remember that our diagram over here, so page objects for every pages, for every function, the, you know, the login function that belongs to some pages. So for every pages, we'll divide it by the pages. Every pages, you know, whatever the element, object element we need, you know, we have to create a class which is belongs to page object, and that class will use element, will, you know, define the elements that we need. We'll create an action method related with those elements, whatever the action we're supposed to apply on those elements. So we have covered this page object with a separate session, you know, before this lecture. So please go through those lectures so that you have a full idea how the page object works. So, and then we'll have a separate test cases underneath the source, our test folder, right? So let's over here and our application. So in our application, as I said, we have a two pages. For one is a home pages, where we're going to click on my account and then register. And then we'll have another page, is called register page. Okay, so it's a two page. For we have to create a two pages for a page object classes, right? So under source main Java, we're going to create the package, you know, let's create a package. It's called page object package. You know what, I will give a name over here. Let's rename this one. I can rename this this package. So it's a default package Codenbox. So I can rename this package. It's called you can easily rename here. Here's the refactor. So refactor option you can use to rename your packages. So if you go refactor, you will see there is a rename, and you can put this one as a, so give a name, example, page object. Okay, page object. Okay, so okay, so package would be updated or rename as a page object. So then underneath, under the page object, okay, type, okay, click on continue, it's fine. Okay, page object. So now page objects we have over here. Let's delete this one. This is a, we don't need this, the default class that comes with that. And inside the page object, we're going to create our classes related to the page object. So we'll create one class would be for the home page based on the page, right? So we are, let's create a class. It's called new page. So we're going to class, we'll give a name, say home page. Okay, so when you create a class belongs to page object, it, you know, always use the name, it's, you know, according to the page, like the page you are going to work on that, and the, you know, the page, you know, page this keyword after the your name of the page, like, you know, post you know, the postfix, like home page. Okay, finish. And there will be another page you are going to work for this one test cases for the registration. So let's create that class also, which is that registration page, right? CIO and registration page. Okay, and then click on finish. So we have created two classes for the two page we need for registration test cases. Okay, so for home page, so inside the home page, whatever, so it is a page object class. So as you know that, so we have covered already in our page object model designs how it works. Here for this for a page object class for the home page, let's go to the home page, close this one. First is home page. Inside the home page, we're going to do three things. For every page object class, we need to do three things. One is create, I think you already know it, create constructor, right? Create constructor. And then number two would be, create the locators that belongs to this home page that we need for our specific test cases, and also action method, right? Action methods. Okay, so first is constructor we're going to create. So for the constructor, this constructor is used. What is constructor? Constructor is a special type of method that's the name would be the same like your class name, and it will use to initiate or initialize your global variable, initialize your object. Okay, and this constructor will be called when you create an object of this for this class. The constructor will be called by default. Okay, so let's create a constructor. So constructor would be same name like your class name. So public. So this is the constructor name, and there will be no return type for the constructor. Okay. Yes, and then this is a constructor, right? And then inside your constructor, we are going to declare a variable which is called, so in this case, WebDriver, and then this is the type of the variable, and the variable name is driver. Okay, this is the local variable we're declaring inside a constructor as a parameter, and we're going to declare this and we're going to declare the same variable in our class level, as a global variable. So we can assign this variable from this local variable. So inside that, we'll say this dot driver equals to driver. So it means like, here we declare a local variable driver with this constructor, and this driver we assign to our global variable. So we declare a global variable, one is called driver, because in this page, whenever we declare the locator, and we'll have a method for this locator, like there will be action to apply to this locator. So who's going to do the jobs? Our driver. Our driver executable file will do the job. So our driver need to initiate, right? Our driver should need to initiate. So, whatever the driver you are going to use for whether it's a Chrome driver, Firefox driver. So we need that information or the concept or knowledge about the driver. That's why I create a constructor over here. Here is a declare a local variable for our constructor over here, and this local variable driver will assign by the actual driver from our test cases. You'll see when we'll create our test class in our source test Java, this folder up there, we'll declare our driver, actual driver, will initialize our driver like a Chrome driver or Firefox driver, and that driver knowledge will transfer to over here, because we'll create an object of this class. And when you create an object of a class, if you have a constructor of that class, this method constructor will get called by default. So when this constructor will get called by default, that time you have to pass some real argument, real value over here against your the variable you declare with your constructor. So instead of for this driver, I will pass the real driver. So real driver will assign to this local driver, and this local driver will assign to this global driver over here, right? This is a keyword in Java. It's refer your class level any variable. So we're saying that this driver, it means it's in a class level, it's referred to this variable. So if this local driver have the knowledge comes from your test cases about the real driver, so real driver will assign to this global driver over here, and this driver can moving forward can be used in your locator, can be used in your action method. So this is the plan, and this is the reason why we create the a constructor. I hope that it makes sense. Okay, so hover your mouse, import your package related to your web driver. You can see. Okay, so this is the constructor, and in this constructor we have to add also one more line, as you know, to declare your locator following the the page format, right? So like a find by the page factory format, right? So we have covered that part too in your previous lecture too. So let's see, call the page object class, page factory class, page factory dot, then one of the method is called init elements. So you can see init elements, and then init elements. So init elements, it will help you to initialize this driver to your locator, over here. And then here, there will be two per the driver. You can put it here, and then this is the keyword from the Java. Okay, so page factory is the class, because we're going to follow the page factor approach to declare our locator. That's why we have to call this class, and then inside there is a method init. So page init will initialize this driver. That's a driver that comes from the local driver, and this driver will get the real driver knowledge will assign from our test cases, as I've seen, and then this will be applied to your locator and your action methods. Okay, so our constructor is done, and then it's locators. So for the locators, so this is our home page, right? So in home page we have two locators. We need my account, and also we need registration. So right click in your my account, inspect this. You can see there is a you can use to make faster our the project. So we can use the selector sub, so you can see there is a relative XPath here. That's, if you put it here, you will see it will select my account. Okay, so we have already covered that part, how to spy any locators, so the page object model design, how it works, all those things. So moving forward, I will use a lot of the copy and paste you're supposed to understand, because this is now we're doing a frameworks, and before the frameworks we have covered each and every element, how to locate different elements using the page selector hubs, using the different other options, advanced locators, how to find travel from child to parent, all those things, as well as how the page object works, how the TestNG works, all those things. Now we're combining all those concepts that we have covered from all of our previous lectures and building a real frameworks, like a hybrid frameworks. Okay, so I will show one page, but I'm not going to show each and every locator how to spy. It will prolong our lecture. It's in this case, when you are in this lecture, you're supposed to know it how to spy your locators. Okay, anyways, here is what we're going to use. Let's use find by. So we're using a page factory approach to locate. So find by what? So it was the XPath equals to the value of the XPath, right? This is the value of the XPath, and then you have to declare a variable for this locator. So, and it's the variable is called, I will give a name, my account. So it was about the my account, and the return type would be web element. Why it's a web element? I believe because your find by this keyword, it's used like when it's return a wave element, because it's find by, it's nothing, it's the meanings of the find by, it's driver.find by. We know this, we use driver.find element. So instead of find driver.find elements, the find by, it's carry the same meaning. So when you use driver.find elements method, to find any locator, any object, it's return a wave element. Okay, so hover your mouse, input the package related with the find by. Okay, and the wave element, input the package related with the wave element. Okay, looks good. And then let's go to the next one. So we spy the my account, and next is registered. Okay, sorry, it's went to the registered page. So open that one and registered. Inspect, you can find use a register xpath, and then I can use, I can just copy or do the same thing over here at the red find by, and we can use xpath again. Xpath, it's totally up to you what locator you want to use. Okay, /, you can use this one, right? So normalize space, you can see instead of this, you can use the text method. It's a similar, it's called text method. Okay, like that's a text method, it should be fine. Okay, if you copy this one, let me go and I can show you. If we copy this one, and let's go here and put it there, however, you can see it's selected register. Okay, so it should be similar. And then give a variable name. I would say it's called register or sign up. Register, and then return type would be web element, right? And that should be good. So this is the two locator we need for home page to do a register, register test, right? And then after that, we need to create an action method. So what would be the action method? So for the first one, our action method would be, let me make it, let's see this, if I can make it bigger, so it's easy to see it, right? I hope it's a good enough size to see. So now action method. So action method, I will say for my account, let's give a create action method. I would say public void. So we'll click on the my account, then the registration will open, then we'll click on the registration. So when you create a method, always use with the barb, like so public void click. So what do you want to do on my account? We want to click, so that's why I give a name. The method name should be always like setting, getting some barb that you are going to do through this method. So click register, or click my account, click okay, my account, click my account. You can change it, follow the camel cascading, click my account. Okay, that's the method name. And then inside the method name, what do you want to do? So this is find by using the page factory. So find by, it means driver.find elements by xpath. So this is the alternate. So usually we write, what do you write? We write driver dot find. We have covered already this part, right? Find driver dot find element, then we say by dot xpath, whatever you say, and then you put the value of the xpath, right? You put the value of the xpath, something like that, right? Value of the xpath. So instead of, and here this path find by, it's already means this path, this whole. So after that, what do you do? After you find the locator, and then you apply, like you do a, say example, click, right? You do a click. So here, since we use the find by from the page factory, it means this path, already done this path, driver.find element. So what else remaining? Remaining only the action that you want to apply to this locator. So this this driver find element by XPath, it's now assigned to a variable, which is my account. So we can use my account. We can use my account dot, what's remaining, it's click. So just, apply the click dot click, right? So we don't need this option. So let me put this one in a comment. So this is the moving forward, and you already know it. We have covered that part, how the page object works. I don't want to explain again and again and waste our time. Okay. Similarly, the next one would be for the next locator, we're going to create another method. So the next one is for registration, right? So click, change the method name, click register, and use the locator name is called register. So it will be similar fashion, register, and also we want to click on the register link. Okay, so that should be good. And after we click on the register, what's next? So we click on the register, and then it will take us to the register account page. So it's a separate account page. So we have to use another class for the register to follow the same process, to locate those, using locate those elements and using the action method related for all the elements, all those things. So we have now, let's go back to our register class, register page class, right? So register page class, let's go here, and we'll follow the same format, right? Like first it should be the create constructor, then locators, the action methods, right? And to create constructor, exactly it will be the same. So let's copy this, go to here. The first thing first is create constructor, right? Make sure you change the constructor name. It should have to be same like your class name, right? Register, that first thing is done. And the second part would be locators. So what's the locators? So locator is the first name, inspect that, and then use the selectors hub, and you can see the locators, right? Let me put it down a little bit. First name, you can see first name, this is the one. There is a ID, you can see there is an ID. We can use ID. It's totally up to you exactly what you want to use. Okay, so you can use ID, and using this ID you can make a XPath. You can see here is they use already input first name. So copy this one, just double check. This is selecting one element. You can see selecting one element, right? So let's go to our over here to declare locators, right? So which is that at the rate same format, right? Find by, and then XPath equals to, what's the value of the XPath? This is the value of the XPath for the first name, right? And then put in a variable. I would give in a variable, it's first name, and then would be where return type would be wave element, okay? Semicolon, hover your mouse, import related package. If you don't find the package, you can do also control, I already told you before, control shift O on your keyboard, and then you will see automatically it will find the the relevant package from your Maven dependency from the jar, from the library, and it will import it up here. Okay, so first name. So similarly, we'll get the second, the next is last name, then email, telephone, okay, those things. So I'm going to, let's since I already did, I have the copy for the rest of the locator. I'll just copy and paste here, telephone. Okay, so this is the last name, this is the locator for the email, this is the telephone. Okay, let's see. So we have covered telephone up until here, and next we have a password, confirm password field, like password, confirm password. Okay, and then we have to also check off the privacy policy and then continue. So let's get this locator for this two, password and confirm password. It easily, you can find it the same way. You can find it, inspect it. You can see that the password, the ID input password you can use. It's up to you, totally up to you. So I will get password and confirm password, privacy policy, continue button. So here is the password. This is the password, okay, locator, and this is the confirm password locator, and this is the policy checkbox, right? And this is the continue button. So after you click on check off this policy, and then you have to click on continue, right? And then after you click on continue, it will give you the confirmation message. So we have to validate that part too, right? So this is the, right now you don't know what, because until I fill up all those things, then I click on continue, it will not show me that message. Assume that you know it, because I already did it, I know it. So assume that it shows you that's confirmation message, and you can spy that message. I have the locator for that. Okay, so this is the I'm going to use that locator. The locator I'm going to use here is the, okay, this is the locator. When you are going to do it, first time, so when you will do it, you will fill up all the form, all the element, and then after you click on continue, you will find this locator, and this is the message it's supposed to show you. And then you find the locator for this. Your account has been created message, and puts in a variable ms confirmation, message confirmation, and return type is web element. Okay, so those are all the locators for this registration page, right? And now we have to create the action methods, right, related to those. So let's create the action method, action methods. Okay, so first thing, action method is for the first name, right? So this is for the first name, and then last name. Okay, let's create for the first name. Okay, so I'll say public void, I will say, since we're going to enter the first name, so you can say enter first name, or you can say set is more appropriate we use in standard. To set first name, this is the method name. Through this method I will set the first name or enter the first name. So what I'm going to enter the first name, so I have to pass some name in this locator, right? In this locator, right? So I'm going to, here I will declare a variable, and then later on I will pass the actual name. When I will call this method from my test case, I will pass the actual argument. So since it's a name, it will be it will be string type variable, string, and then let me I would say my f name. Okay, my f name is the parameter I pass, or variable I pass, and I would say, and here is the web element is the first name, right? So I will use first name, and this is the locator for the first name. It means driver.find elements by this XPath, and then we have to enter any string to a field. What do you use? We use send keys, right? Send keys. So inside the send keys, we have to pass the actual what I want to type inside this box. So what I want to type, the value would be of this variable. So whatever the actual argument I will pass to this variable when I'll call this method from my test cases, that time I will pass actual variable like first name. That name will assign to this variable. Ultimately, it will be pass this variable through this send keys method in this locator. Okay. The same way, we're going to create methods for the last name, and then email address, telephone number, and so on. Okay, I'm just placing here. So here is the last name. Okay, last name, I create a method called set last name, and this is the variable I declare my last name, and this is the variable I'm using from this over here locator. This is the last name, so this is coming over here, and send keys method, and passing this variable over here, and it will get the argument actual value when I will call from my test case. Similar way, set email. So email is the variable I use over here, right? Email, you can see this is the locator. So email.send keys, and then similar way set telephone. So this is the telephone number, right? So what's remaining after the telephone number? So we have to set password, right? So after the telephone or telephone, then we have to password, confirm password. So there's a two more method, and then policy and continue button. 4 more methods. So we need for this 4 locators. So we did what it did. We did telephone. So after the telephone, I'm going to click on all those things. Okay, okay, so here is after the telephone, this is that for the password. We're going to set password. So this is the variable I declare my password, and this my password it's coming from, and using this password locator from here. This is the password locator, then confirm password. So next one is confirm password. This is the method name, set confirm password. Okay, the variable my here is and here you can see, you know, it's the variable, this both variable I declare for this set password and confirm password is the same. The reason why, whatever the password you are going to set for your account, say example abcd xyz or abc123 at the rate something, so it have to be, you know, for the confirm password, it means that your confirm password have to be the same. You know, if you go here, password, confirm password. So if your password is like, you know, xyz123 at the rate, and this password have to be the same, right? It have to be the same. Over here it have to be same. Sorry, it have to be same, right? So that's why whatever the password we're going to pass to this password field, we have to pass the same variable or same password to confirm password. So that's why here both of the variable is same, so that we can pass the same password and it can verify that both are the same. Okay, and then check policy. So we have to click on the check policy over here. Check policy. Okay, check policy, and after that click on continue button. So after that we'll able to click on continue button, right? And then the message, confirmation message will display, right? So for the confirmation message, we have a method. This is the locator for confirmation messages. Okay, so let me create the method for confirmation. So let me share public. Let me create, let's say void. Fine. So we'll say get confirmation in a method name. Get confirmation msg, get confirmation method, and then this is the method name. What I'm going to do, so what will happen? So this is the locator, right? Where is the locator? This is the locator. So this locator, just, you know, noticed over here, you know, you need a little bit attention here. So get confirmation method, it will able to locate this. This is the locator to locate this text message. It is a message. Okay, it will show a message, right? This message will show, assume that this message will show over here. So this is a message, right? Text. So if you locate this text, when you have a text, you can locate this locator, this text, and you can grab the text, right? And then you can compare your this actual text, is that matching with your expected text or not, right? Text or not. So we'll do the same thing over here. So we're saying that, so using this locator, this is the locator. Okay, this is the locator to spy that confirmation message. So, and then we can use the get text, right? Get text method. So this get text method will get the text, you know, those method, that method from this locator. Okay, and what we can do, we can put this one, because if we don't know that this will give us the right message or not, you know, if all the method works, you know, properly, then it will able to give us the message. If if it doesn't, if any one of the method failed, we'll not able to get this method, a message. So we can put this, so since we don't know, we can put this part, this action in a try catch block. Okay, sorry, you can put this one in a try. So try, and then let's put this one in a try catch block. Sorry, try, and then we'll put in this one in a catch block. Okay, and then a catch block will create an object of an exception class. As you know, if you cover the try catch, how the try catch works in Java, if you don't, please go through our Java class and find that lecture and see this what is try catch block and how it works. It's a error handling mechanism, try catch block. If any code you write and you are not confirmed, you don't know that whether it can work or not, if there is a chance to get some error for your code, you can put this code in your try block, and then you can create a catch block to handle this, the error code that you are putting on your try block. Okay, and a lot of people, they use even finally, that's a part of the try catch block, but it's an optional. Okay, exception, so I will put in, okay, and then this is the block of the catch block. So we'll say e dot, so we'll get the error message. Okay, message, and it should be returned, you can say string. Okay, if I say return, so it will return a string. So it means it will return a string, and I will return this one. If the try catch block works, so it will return also a string, because this get text method will get the text from this locator. So the text format is string, right? So let's say return, so it will return, both of them will return in a string value, whether it's find the text or whether, if it's not, it will give us the error message. So definitely it's mismatch with our method return type, because our method return type we said void, but you are returning string. So we have to change. You can see this, it's give you also suggestion, Eclipse, that you change method return type to string. So click on there, or you can manually change it over here. Okay, your method return type is string. So pretty good. Let me put this one here. Okay, looks good, and looks good. So one thing you can, after you write your code, make sure that your line is following the alignment. Looks good. You can fix your alignment. It's very simply, if you just which is called the indentation. So Control-Shift-F. Okay, it will fix all the alignment. So it's the same thing in our pom.xml file. You can see probably the alignment is over here, it's not right, dependency here. So you can see Control-Shift-F, it'll automatically fix your at the indentation or your alignment for all the lines. Okay, so it just looks good. So the part of your best practice, make sure you do it. Okay, so that's it. The 2 pages that we need, all the locators, constructor, and related action method is done. And from the next class, we'll create a test cases for this 2, for the registration, relevant test cases, and we'll see how it works, how we call the relevant method in our test cases from this 2 page object, page of the classes. Thank you.